morning children and welcome back to your chemistry class. So today we are going to begin with a new chapter, that is chemical kinetics. So the branch of chemistry that deals with the rate of reaction, the factors which affect the rate of reaction and the mechanism of reaction is what we are going to talk about in this particular chapter, right? So what did I say? Firstly, we need to understand what is rate of reaction, which I can also write as rate of reaction, which I can also write as ROR, right? So here by this word rate we mean speed, and thus we study about the speed of the reaction. So how to know the rate of reaction? Change in the concentration of the reactant or the product with respect to time can explain the rate of reaction. What did I say? Change in the concentration of the reactant or the product with respect to time. This can explain the rate of reaction. So here we shall discuss about certain types of reactions. So if I talk about the first type of reaction, that is very fast reaction. Okay, I'm talking about very fast reactions that take place. So what kind of reactions are they? They are your ionic reactions. Clear? Like for example, say NaCl, it reacts with AgNO3 to give us AgCl, which is a white PPT, plus NaNO3. Clear? So here the reactants, they are in the form of ions and they take microsecond to interact with each other, and the reaction goes very fast. So to measure the rate of such reaction practically is not possible. Therefore we say that the rate of reaction cannot be determined, right? Now we shall not study such kind of reactions in this chapter. Then let me talk about very slow reactions. So like for example, let us take rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. So rusting of iron, it takes a long time to get rusted. It does not take place in a day or two, right? So such reactions which takes months and years to complete, their rate of reaction can be measured, but it is of no use. So here your rate of reaction practically is not useful. I hope this is clear. Then we move to the third kind of reaction, that is moderate rate of reaction. Over here the molecular reactions, they show the moderate rate of reactions. Which ones? The molecular reactions, they show us moderate rate of reactions. So over here we study the rate of reactions actually. So let's take an example over here also, like nitrogen combines with 3 molecules of hydrogen forming ammonia. So here what do we see? The bonds, they break, right? The bonds of the reactants, they break, right? And new bonds are formed, and there is a finite time taken for these bonds to break and the new bonds to be formed. So we can here measure the rate of reaction. So such moderate or molecular reactions, we can study the rate of reaction, and this is what these are the kind of reactions what we are going to talk about in this particular chapter, right? So to further understand the rate of reaction, they are actually of two types, right? So if I write down understanding rate of reactions, they are basically what? Of two types. First one, that is your average rate of reaction, and the other one is your instantaneous rate of reaction. So today actually I'm going to discuss about average rate of reaction. In the next video we shall talk about instantaneous rate of reaction. So let us begin with the average rate of reaction, right? So let's take an example over here and then I'll explain you further. Say 2A plus 3B gives us 4C. So now the average rate of reaction, will be equal to minus half change in the concentration of A upon change in time. Clear? So what is the average rate of reaction? It is equal to minus half change in the concentration of A upon the change with respect to time. So we put minus sign over here because the concentration of this reactant A, it decreases with the time. Clear? So your delta A that I have written over here, that is actually the change in the concentration of A, and your rate of reaction should always be positive, and thus we divide the stoichiometric coefficient, and therefore minus half the change in the concentration of A with respect to the change in the time will be equal to minus 1/3 the change in the concentration of the reactant B with respect to the change in the time, and all this will be equal to 1/4. As I said, what? The rate of reaction should be positive. Right? The rate of reaction should be positive change in the concentration of the product C with respect to change in time. I hope this point is clear. So over here we see what? The concentration of the product C has increased because we have given it a positive sign, and it should always be presented with a positive sign because the concentration increases, right? Let's take another example. 3x plus y is equal to 2z. Now let's see this. So here your average rate of reaction will be equal to what? Minus 1/3 change in the concentration of x with respect to change in time. Clear? This will be equal to minus 1/1. That also you can prohibit writing, or delta change in the concentration of the reactant Y with respect to change in time, and this will be equal to the rate of reaction should be positive. So 1/2 change in the concentration of the product Z with respect to change in time. I hope this is very clear how to write it down. Now we shall talk about rate of appearance. Okay. Now what is rate of appearance? I will be writing it like ROA. Rate of appearance, rate of disappearance. Okay. So rate of appearance is written as ROA. Right. And over here the rate of appearance is that of Z, that is the product, right? So with respect to this particular equation, the rate of appearance is equal to change in the concentration of the product Z with respect to change in the time, right? So the answer should always be positive as it is appearing and it is being formed. So it should always be positive. So no need to write any stoichiometric coefficient over here, right? Then the rate of disappearance. As I said, next one is rate of disappearance, which I can write it down as ROD, right? That is of the reactants. They will be disappearing, no? Appearing will be the product and disappearing will be the reactants. So the rate of disappearance of the reactants, how we can write with respect to this particular equation? If we say, then we can say X is equal to change in the concentration of X with respect to change in time, and here we put the mode. Clear? With the in the rate of disappearance, what do? We put the mode. So the stoichiometric coefficient in the reaction are what? 3, 1 and 2 respectively. 3, 1 and 2 respectively. So this implies that 2 moles of your product Z will be formed when 3 moles of your X reactant and 1 mole of your Y reactant, they disappear. What did we understand from here? That is, 2 moles of your product Z will appear only when 3 moles of X and 1 mole of Y reactants, they disappearance. Hence, the rate of appearance of the product Z, it is twice the rate of disappearance of your reactants Y, right? Can you see that? Again, I repeat that the rate of appearance of the product Z, it is twice to the rate of disappearance of the reactant Y, right? And it is 2/3 times the rate of disappearance of X. I hope this point is very clear to you. So I'm rubbing this and I'll explain you further. So therefore, 2/3 into rate of disappearance of X will be equal to what? 2 into rate of disappearance of Y, and this will be equal to rate of appearance of Z, right? So we can write it down like this also. 2/3 into minus change in the concentration of X with respect to change in time, which is equal to 2 into minus rate in the change of concentration of Y with respect to change in time. This will be equal to the change in the concentration of the product Z upon change in time with respect to change in time, right? Or this can be also written as minus 1/3 delta X. Delta X, I hope by this time you have understood. I am talking about what? Change in the concentration of this reactant X with respect to change in time. This will be equal to minus 1 change in the concentration of the reactant Y with respect to change in the time. This will be equal to half change in the concentration of the product Z with respect to change in time, and therefore this is your average rate of reaction. Clear? I hope this is very clear to all of you. Now, what is the unit for the rate of reaction? So since it is equal to concentration upon time, so what could be your unit? For concentration we write down moles per liter and time is in seconds, right? So what should be your unit then? Moles per liter per time. Okay, this is the unit that you are supposed to use. Moles per liter per second, right? So concentration of gases, they can be expressed in terms of partial pressure. Then the units will be what? Pressure upon time. When it is pressure upon time, then we can use the unit as atmosphere per second. Then we can say the unit will be atmosphere per second. Right, now we are going to do few numericals based on this. So the question says, write average rate of reaction for 4NH3 plus 5O2 gives 4NO plus 6H2O, right? So how are we going to do? Average rate of reaction we need to find out. So start writing minus 1 upon 4 change in the concentration of ammonia with respect to change in time, right? This is equal to minus 1 by 5 change in the concentration of oxygen O2 with respect to change in time. This is equal to 1 by 4 change in the concentration of nitric oxide with respect to change in time. This is equal to 1 by 6 change in the concentration of water with respect to change in time, right? So now our ROA of NO is what? This is equal to change in the concentration of NO with respect to change in time, right? And we put a mode over here. No role of stoichiometric coefficient here. Then ROD of oxygen. How do we write down? We write down change in the concentration of oxygen with respect to change in time, and we also put a mode over here. So here also there is no role of stoichiometric coefficient. I hope this is clear to you. Let's do one more question. Let's do another numerical. Over here N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. So during the formation of ammonia, 2 moles of nitrogen, they disappear in 1 minute. Okay, during formation of ammonia, 2 moles of nitrogen disappear, right, in 1 minute. Then find the rate of reaction. Also find the rate of appearance of ammonia. Also find the rate of disappearance of hydrogen when volume in the vessel is 1 liter. Volume in the vessel is 1 liter. Okay, so now let us do this question. So change in the concentration of nitrogen with respect to change in time, this is equal to what? 2 moles per liter upon 1 minute. Clear? So this will be equal to how much? Minus 2 moles upon 1 liter into 60 seconds, isn't it? So this will be equal to how much? 1 upon 30 moles per liter per second. So this part is clear. Now in 1 minute, what does it say? 2 moles of nitrogen is disappearing. This is what the question says. During formation of ammonia, 2 moles of nitrogen disappear in 1 minute. That means in 1 minute, if 2 moles of nitrogen is disappearing, then I'll write down over here, in 1 minute, 2 moles of N2 disappear. Then your rate of reaction will be equal to minus 1 upon 1 change in the concentration of nitrogen with respect to time. This will be equal to minus 1 upon 3 change in the concentration of hydrogen with respect to change in time. This is equal to 1 upon 2 change in the concentration of ammonia with respect to change in time. So your ROR, rate of reaction, will be equal to what? Minus 1 upon 1 into minus 1 upon 30 moles per liter per second. This is equal to 1 over 30 moles per liter per second, right? Now ROD, rate of disappearance of hydrogen. Let's see, this ROR will be equal to minus 1 upon 3 rate in the change of hydrogen with respect to time. So ROR you have already calculated. How much was it? 1 by 30. So 1 by 30 is equal to minus 1 upon 3 delta H2 upon delta T, right? Therefore ROD of H2 will be equal to mode change in the concentration of hydrogen with respect to time, right? So this will be equal to how much? 3 into 1 over 30. This is equal to 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 moles per liter per second, right? Then let me rub off this, then I'll continue further. Now rate of reaction is equal to half the change in the concentration of ammonia with respect to change in time. So this is equal to what? Your rate of appearance of ammonia. So we can say del mode change in the concentration upon delta T. This is equal to 2 ROR. Okay. So this will be equal to 2 into what was ROR? 1 upon 30. 1 upon 30. So this is going to give us 1 upon 15 mole per liter per second. Okay. So we have calculated the rate of reaction, we calculated rate of appearance of ammonia and rate of disappearance of hydrogen, right? So with this I stop over here. Next video we are going to talk about instantaneous reactions. Thank you.